Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. I'm Zuli. In this tutorial, we'll build a simple login and sign up form using React and Tailwind CSS. This form will be at the center of the screen with a styled background. Users can toggle between the login and sign up mode by clicking on the button at the top. The login form will have the email and password input field with a forget password down here. The login button also will have this don't have an account sign up. If you click on sign up, then it will toggle to the sign up form. For the sign up form, we would include the name field, email, password, and confirm password with the sign up button as well. If the user already have an account and they click on login, it will toggle back to the login form. So this is what we're going to build in this tutorial. Let's get started. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share for more amazing tutorials like this. So let's get to the coding. So we're going to open any code editor of our choice. I'll be using VS Code. Then you navigate to terminal. Then you click on new terminal. Then you're going to change directory to your desktop using cd desktop. And we're going to create our project folder on the terminal to make it easier. So we're going to run this command npm create vit at latest. The name of the form is login form Tailwind. So I'll just add tail space hyphen template react, press enter. Then we'll change our directory to the form we just created, login form Tailwind. Then we'll run the command npm install to install all React dependencies. Then we're going to open the folder that we just created now in VS Code. So you're going to type in code space full stop, press enter, and a new window for the VS Code would open. Then we can now close this other one and fully open this. So I'm going to just enlarge this so that we can have a bigger screen. So this is our project folder here. We have our node modules, public folder, source folder, git ignore, index.html, and all of that. We'll start by changing our title. This is a login sign up form. So here I'm just going to have login form. We'll close this. Then for our source folder, we'll do some cleanups. But before that, we need to test if our app is working. Navigate to terminal and click on new terminal. On the new terminal, you're going to run this command npm run dev. This is going to open the project in our local browser. You're going to get the local link. Hover on the link and click on follow link. So you're going to see a new tab for the project. You can see this app is working. So I'll try and change this app.jsx where we have Vite plus React. I'll change it to subscribe to my channel. So let's see what we have. So here it is, subscribe to my channel. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and drop a comment on what tutorial you want me to build next. So the next step we're going to do now, moving on, is to install Tailwind because we're going to be styling with Tailwind CSS. So visit the official website for Tailwind CSS, which is tailwindcss.com. Once you're on this page, click on the documentation. Then here we want to install Tailwind CSS. So we're installing with Vite. The new Tailwind CSS has a new tab for Vite, so you don't need to go to the framework guide. Then we're going to follow this step here. So the first step, we're going to copy this installation code here. Then we'll open our terminal. So I'm just going to open a new terminal. And I will paste what I just copied now. Make sure you're connected to the internet. So while that is working, in our vite.config.ts, in our own case, it is JS because we're using JavaScript, not TypeScript. We're going to copy this line of code. So here we have it, vite.config.js for JavaScript. You paste the line of code here. Then you're going to copy this as well. Then in our plugin, after React, enter, you add a comma, press enter, then you paste what you just copied now. So we'll close this. Next thing, for our index.css, which is the global CSS, we'll copy this and paste it there. So for index.css, we're just going to copy this and paste this right here. Then we'll run npm run dev again on our terminal before we now run this code. So our Tailwind CSS has been successfully installed right here on the terminal. So we'll do some cleanups. So I'm just going to delete everything we have here from the root downwards. App.gsx as well, we'll do the same thing. So here I'm going to type in Ctrl A, delete, then I'll use REFC. This will create a React snippet. To use this shortcut, you need to have this installation. ES7 React Redux React Native extension. Once you have this extension, you can use several shortcuts in React. So open our Explorer. We're not going to use app.css, so I'm going to delete this. So now our Tailwind has been installed here. You can see Tailwind CSS / Vite version 4.0. So we're going to stop what is running. This one that we have right here, you can see we're going to stop this, then we'll open it again. To stop the program, you're just going to type in Ctrl C to terminate this batch job. Type enter, type Y, press enter, then we'll run npm run dev. So we're starting this program now so that our Tailwind CSS is going to work properly. So hover on this, click on follow link. So now let's start. Right here, I'm going to change this up. So subscribe to my channel. This is a reminder for you to subscribe to my channel. So let's style this now. Let's have it in an H1 tag. So class name, let's say text red 500. Let's see. So the text color here is red already. We can add other CSS property, underline. Let's say, so you can see that this is underlined. So our Tailwind CSS is working perfectly well. Now we can start building our login form. So let's leave this at this. So first, you can decide to create the component folder. So components. So in our folder, we're going to have our login file, login.gsx. And here we'll create React snippets, REFC. And we have our React snippet here. So the first thing first, if we check what we're trying to build, let me close this. We have the login and sign up mode. So the first step is to create a state variable that would manage the login and sign up mode and a setter function to update the mode. So we'd come here, const, open our square bracket, then we'll have the state variable. So here, let's have is login mode, and the setter function set is login mode. Use states. So by default, we're going to set this to true. Use state has been imported here already. Okay. So first off, we'll start with our header title. So here, let's have a comment. Header title. We'll have a div tag. In the div tag, we'll have an h2 tag. And our h2 tag, the title is based on the mode. So here, we'll use ternary operator to check if it is login mode, then it should display login. And if it is not, it should display sign up. So we have our curly braces here. I want to check is login mode. That is if is login mode is true. By default, we already set it to true. So if login is true, we want to display login. If otherwise, we want to display sign up. So this is for our h2 tag right here. Then we're going to build our tabs control. Before that, we need to mount our components in our app.gsx so that we can see what we're building. So right here, we'll have login. And here it has been updated. Login from component and login page. So right now, this is what we have. It's showing login because login mode is true. If I set this to false now, it's going to show sign up. Okay, because login mode is no longer true. So back to what we're building. We're done with the header title. Next is our tab control. So our comments here, tab controls. So we'll have our div tag. In the div tag, we're going to have two buttons. Button times 2. So we're going to use two buttons here. After the buttons, we'll have a div tag here that will take the color layer on the button. So for our button, here we want to display login for the first button. The second button is going to take the text sign up. So for the first button, we're going to use an onClick method to switch to login mode when the login button is clicked. So here we'll have onClick. Then we'll call our setter function to set its login mode to true. For the second button as well, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to switch to sign up mode when it is clicked. So here onClick, call our setter function and set this is login mode to false. So this is then for the div tag, which is going to be the sliding tab indicator, this tab that is sliding here, this color tab sliding. This div tag, we have no text, so but we're going to come back to it when we style it. So we're just going to leave this div tag here for the sliding tab indicator. Then the next thing we're going to work on now is our form section. So here, form section. For the form, we'll start with the form tag. And inside the form, we're going to start coding. First off, we have, for the sign up mode, we have the name input, while for the login mode, we don't have the name input. So we'll start with it, and we'll start here. We'll check if his login mode is false. So we're just going to have it like this. False for his login mode. Let me add so that you can see. For this case, his login mode is false. If it is false, we want to display an input field, and the type is text. The placeholder is going to be name, and it's going to be required as well. So for this case, his login mode is false, so it's not going to display for login. It's only going to display for sign up. So this is the first. Then the field that they are going to share, this is going to be for shared field, shared input field. So the two forms, both forms are sharing email and password. So we're going to have the first input field will be for email. The placeholder will be email address. It's going to be required as well. The second input field that is shared is the password. So input field for password. The placeholder is going to be password, which is also going to be required. We're going to start this very soon. Then the next thing is for the sign up only field, the sign up field, which is for confirm password. That is what we have next. So sign up field. Then, so we'll set his login mode to false and login mode to false. And we're going to display the input field for confirm password. The input is still going to be for password. The type will be password. Placeholder will be confirm password, required as well. Then we have the forget password for login. Right here, we don't have forget password, but for login, we have forget password. So here, forget password for login. So open our curly braces. We're going to set is login mode to true. So we're just going to type in is login mode, and we're going to display the a div tag, and the div tag is going to have the text forget password. It's going to have a p text that would say forget password. Okay, so after this we're going to have the submit button, which both are using. So here, shared input as well, shared button, in this case is a button, so shared button. We'll use our button tag, and we'll check, we use a ternary operator. If is login mode is true, it should display the text that the button will display is login, and if it is not, the button should display sign up text. Okay, so after this, for both forms we have a text here that is linking us to each other. So if you click on sign up now, you have the sign up form. If you click on login, you have the login form. So next thing is the switch link. So switch, for the switch link, we'll have our p text, and for the p text here, we'll use a ternary operator to check as well. If his login mode is true, we want to display this text, don't have an account. And if it is not, we want to display already have an account. And also we have a text that will follow as well, that will serve as a link, sign up or login. So we'll have an a tag. This will take hash, and in between this, we'll do the same thing. Use a ternary operator to check. If login is true, the text should display sign up. Sign up now. And if it is not, the text should display login. So this is what we have. So this is our form now. If I click on sign up, the here is showing login. If I click on, so here is on login. If I click on sign up, you can see we have more field for name, email address, password, confirm password, and sign up button. If I click on login here, we have just email address and password. If I click on this sign up, nothing is working because we're here to apply the logic to switch between the modes. So here on right here, inside this, we'll have an on click method. We'll pass in events because we're clicking. Then we'll call our setter function, set is login mode to false. So is login mode. So let's see what we have. If I click on sign up, you can see if I click on login, we have just email address and password. So this is working. Now we need to style to look exactly like this. Okay, so let's style. We'll start with this container. We'll have our class name here. The width of this will take 430 pixels. The background color of the form would be white. We'll set the padding of 8. Rounded. For the border radius 2XL, we want a shadow LG. So this is for the form, but for the entire screen, we're going to have the display to be grid. So here, grid, the width will be 100%. Of the screen. The height would be the size of our screen. Place items at the center, and we'll have a background color of this color code. Okay, back to our login. So for our header title, we'll have a class name. Display would be flex, justify, center, margin bottom will be 4. And for our H2 tag, text will be 3XL. The font will be semi-bold. And our text will be at the center. For our tabs control, class name, display will be relative. The position will be relative, display will be flex. The height will set it to 12. Margin bottom will be 6. We want a border around it. And the border color, border gray 300. We want a border radius, rounded full. Then we'll have an overflow, hidden. Then for our button here, so here we'll have class name. So instead of this, we're going to have a curly braces because we want to apply some properties to our login mode. We're going to use the ternary operator in this class name to apply some CSS property. So we'll have a backtick as well. So width will be half, text, then we'll have our fonts, medium, then we'll apply transition to all, transition all with a Z index of 10. Then here we have our $sign, open our curly braces. Now we want to check if his login mode is true. The text color of this button should be white. And if it isn't, the text color should be black. This is for the first button. Now for our second button, class name, the same thing. We use a backtick. The width will be half as well. Text large, fonts medium, transition all, Z index of 10. Then we also want to check if his login mode is false. So here, false is login mode. We use our ternary operator. So if his login mode is not true, we want to display text white. And if it is, it should display text black. Now for the sliding tab, which is for this div here, we'll have our class name. Position for this will be absolute. Top, we'll set it to 0. The height will be full. The width will be half as well because it's going to be on top of both buttons. Rounded, full. Then we'll have a background color. Background gradients to right from blue from this color code via cyan 600 to cyan 200. So this is from this color to this will be at the center and this will be at the end. Okay. And then we're going to check is our curly braces, $sign curly braces. Then we want to check if his login mode is true, which is true. Left will be 0. And if it isn't, another CSS property, left will be half. So what we basically did here is to use our ternary operator in our styling to check if login mode is true, which has been set to true. We want to move the tab to indicate the active mode. So if it is true, left will be 0. If it isn't, left will be half. So that's just what we did. Now for our form tag, we'll have our class name, we'll add a space. Then for our input field, class name, width will be full, padding will be 3. We'll have a border, B2. The border color will be gray, 300. Outline will be none. So on focus, that is when the user clicks on it. On focus, we want to change our border color to cyan 500. Then our placeholder should display gray of this color code, gray 400. We're going to use this CSS for the email and password input field. So I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to come right here, paste it here, do the same thing, come right here, paste it here. We'll do the same thing for this confirm password here. We'll paste the CSS right here. Okay, so next we're going to style this forget password section. So class name, text should be on the right hand side, and for the p tag, the text color will take this color code, and when you hover on it, we want to have the underline property. Then we have our button. The width will be full, padding will be 3, background color, we're going to use the gradient background color. So we're going to copy it instead of having to retype. Then we'll come right here to paste it. Okay. Then the text color will be white. Border radius will be around everything, so rounded full. Text will be large, and the fonts will be medium. And if you hover on it, the opacity, we'll set this to 90. And then we'll add transition. Now we have our switch mode link. So let's style this. Text to be at the center. Text color will be gray. For the A tag, we'll style it as well. The text color will be this color code. And when you hover on it, we want to apply the underline property to it. So right now, this is what we have. This is login, this is sign up. If we click on sign up, if we click on login, click on sign up, click on the buttons are working as well. The form is looking exactly like what we're trying to build. So you can barely tell the difference. So that is the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment and share.